bless.
Just imagine, the other day, I was standing in the yard when I saw this.
Oh, yes. That ointment was a gift from
The cloud looked just like you.
Excuse me?
Good day to you.
I would like to atone for...
I appreciate your efforts, but I'd rather have real sin.
There's always...
Behind Old Lahota, by the stream side, pray for their
What penance do you get?
Bless yourselves
It's time to go.
till we meet again.
What's the matter?
Alice, she was almost like a sister to me. Why'd you ask?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer might want to go after my
Ah,
Who did you serve?
our master is a local merchant. He is trying his hand at trading wine.
How did Alice get along with your man?
Fine. Our master is a bit strict.
What's his name?
Why? But you can't see him anyway.
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done it.
He couldn't. He was gone when it happened. And besides, why would he kill them others too? He never even...
What others?
You haven't heard? A few girls, like our Alice, died before. All really pretty girls.
Do you know of any suitors?
I know she was seeing someone,
I'd like to talk to him.
but I don't know who it was. Alice said he was
And you never...
No, never.
Do you know what exactly happened?
No. No, one day she just didn't come home.
What do you mean, like this?
You haven't seen her yet, have you?
I haven't.
Then don't. She was such a pretty... And it didn't even leave that untouched.
What do you mean?
Who could have cut off her hair like that? And why?
So... So, let's see what we have here. My God! Someone really did a number on her. Ugh! They ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. Must have been buckets of blood. Jesus Christ. There's hardly any blood left in her. The place they found her must look like a slaughterhouse. Her lips are bloody, but nothing. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he? These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife, but it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was some... God, that madman cut off both her breasts. What did he do with it all afterwards? Did he really keep all pieces? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? And her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. I don't e- The murderer must have wanted her to suffer, so he started ripping. Just some scratches and bruises, that's all. It looks like her attacker was unarmed. If he'd had a weapon, she'd have cuts on her hands and forearms. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands. Then he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. He also cut off most of her hair. He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. Then left her live. Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he? I don't know why he killed her, but I don't think it's because of Catherine.
Good evening, mate. What do you need?
You must be the local...
That's right. At least them that can... Greetings, Henry.
That dead girl you have in the morgue. Alice.
You've seen her? Poor.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
She's gone to meet her maker. You want to take away a piece of her? Well, you can't. Not a hair off her head.
I don't want to take anything. I need to find something out.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
Someone killed the poor girl.
Well, what do you plan on doing?
Find out who did it.
Well, if that's the way it is, and you really want to... It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet.
Who's this Lumiere?
No, no.
Help? How?
Well,
Right.
aye. We had a couple of similar cases.
And how did he come to that conclusion?
How do I know?
Do you remember how many...
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the sparrows are
I haven't been in Cutton.
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Do you know where the last...
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here.
Look for clues.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the hole in the wall, a dodgy tavern in the hop...
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never heard of one doing his own investigation.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested, but Lumiere, he was quite helpful. Folk heard of
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
at his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure, especially helping... Actually, wait, speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over that dead maid. I think her name is Barbara.
I know.
Aha. Good then.
Isn't it a bit early for that? It's ages till St. Wenzel's last day. And they don't collect tithes before then.
You're right, but I promised myself I wouldn't
At
leave
your
it to the
service,
last
sir.
moment.
All we Good evening.
I brought you some... Unfortunately,
What? See you later.
Oh, aye. God be with you.
Alcohol is the scourge of mankind.
Lumiere?
Oh. Christ, my head. Not so loud.
I need to ask you something.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
That's some hangover. He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off, I'll have to get him some kind of cure or potion. This should sober him up. Here. Drink up. Better?
What? Who? What are you doing here?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain...
To me?
Are you Lumiere from the Rat House?
I used to be.
They say that about...
Because I was just on some wild... And what came of it?
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave be. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumiere.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it. We let it be in the end. No way.
I'm not doing it for myself.
A friend, eh? I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? Just mockery. What makes you think you can find out more than...
Because I'm stubborn, and I don't have any other choice.
You think that will suffice?
If not, I'd have been dead long ago.
All right. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as a maid.
A maid? That fits. Yaga was a maid, too. As were most of the...
I think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer blade.
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while.
Do you think it's the same?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims. If it's not all the same person...
This is the 6th one.
Probably about a year now. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks.
Why are you counting?
Because I think someone killed them.
Did the dead girls have any...
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper...
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor?
Certainly. If somebody killed their daughter...
But why does he even kill him?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women. Damn it.
What can you tell?
She wasn't the first. But she was a maid in a German family. But she was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of... They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut...
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. The murderer is you. But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the 2 girls before her who ended up almost the same. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't the least bit interested in Yark. And his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot. That really surprised me. Because Father maybe he just didn't want to admit.
What about Stan?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute.
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is a world of its own, and the people there aren't very forthcoming with information.
Did you suspect anybody?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people have nothing but... The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him.
So if I want to learn anything more... And what about that Zdena?
Exactly. But to tell... Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since...
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Young, beautiful. I never could pin it on her, though.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather rip his...
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with me?
He might be. You're not known all over town like a catchpole. It's worth a try. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory.
And what about the other 2 victims?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz. She was a maidservant, too. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of... She knew she was pretty and knew...
You mean she wanted someone hot?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never...
Interesting.
In the graveyard, lad. It's sad to say, but we can't help those two dead girls now. There's nobody else left who could tell...
Why were you looking into it? Who were they?
I don't know what people told you about me, but for Gutenberg is a big city with a lot of people. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades. From one...
But there are more than just rich burglars.
Exactly. There are common folk, too. There's a lot more of them, so when one of them came to the bailiff's one time, and the bailiff was running around somewhere...
Behind the bailiff?
Not really. Andre...
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you have any suspects back then?
You can always find... I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting? That's hard to act.
Can you sum it all up?
We have 6 victims here. Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4, the most recent ones. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and Zdena... And the last victim is Alice now. What they all have in common is that they were...
Good.
When you learn something more, stop by and... You've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
Good day to you.
Good day to you.
I would like...
I...
There's all...
In pray...
What penance...
Bless...
This time. I would like to...
Your... Until we meet again.
So, I must... She play... A little bit... These are... But it could... God, what did he... Did he... Or was she on a... Maybe the... Just... the killer probably surprised her. So, the murderer... Then he took a short sword or... He also cut up... He cut up only... What's the...
Algie,
I'm trying... Who did... How did it...
fine.
What's...
Why?
What?
You have a few girls.
Do you know... I'd like...
but
And do you...
one day.
It's all... So...
Good day to
You...
That's at least... Great. That you want to take...
I don't want to...
Like,
Who?
why?
Someone...
Well,
Find out...
well, if it's...
Who's it?
No.
Help.
Well,
Right.
and
how...
how do I?
Do you...
You mean...
I haven't...
I...
Do you know?
I...
Look for
That.
That's worth... Thanks. What's this...
Well, like...
A scribe kid?
Well, Bellumi...
I'd like to...
That is... I don't know.
Thanks.
It's my... Actually, speaking... I think...
I know.
Uh-huh.
Praise God.
This is the place. There's a lot of blood and some... I'm not sure how much more... Christ, that's a lot of blood. But after seeing what they did... I'm not sure I'll be able to find... I can't make anything out of this. The whole town's been walking around here. There could have been one. I'm surprised I haven't completely... It's hard to make out. So, there's still a lot of blood left. I found some faint blade marks. Either the others were trampled out, or someone... It didn't look to me like any remains were left lying around. No idea.
You there, Polk, come here.
Me? Who else would I be talking to? What is it? Show me your pocket.
Lumiere?
Oh, Christ.
I need to ask...
I said no.
That's... Unless I'm... This should... Here. Better?
What?
My name is...
And what?
I'm trying
To me?
Are you...
I...
They say...
Because... And what?
But I need...
If I will just...
Come.
Or we let know.
I need to...
What?
Because I'm stubborn.
You think that... Who was...
Her name was...
A maid.
I think...
Did you count? If it's not all...
This is...
Probably some...
Why?
Because...
Did the...
Decide...
Do you think...
Sir?
But what?
I don't...
What can you...
She was all they found at first. But then
What?
well, for one, besides that, and his mother, really, maybe
What about...
she was,
You,
you have no,
Did you-
you could be in,
and what about...
exact, besides that,
But if...
because she was young, I never,
Maybe...
when I asked,
Do you think...
he might be,
And what...
it all, she don't, but the other, she said she knew,
You mean...
that's what it's, when the great, it's sad, there's no,
Why were you looking at...
I don't know, Kutin, the bailiff,
But they're...
exact, so when,
Behind...
not,
What happened?
I don't,
Did you have it?
you can always, I always,
Couldn't it have faint? Can you sum it?
we have, and four of the next, they both, and the last fig, well, they all,
Good.
when you learn, you've around,
Good day.
Excuse me.
Father,
I don't have time for...
that's not why I'm here. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the...
Another one murdered. Why is it you...
Somebody is murdering maids here.
Yes, yes, but... Those poor...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing.
True enough.
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka. She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Groll family.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle. When...
You raised her?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not.
How does that even work? Did you...
When she was small, I could. But when she grew...
No offense, but... How did...
I was a bit, when... Maybe...
Why do you think you were too...
Yarko was an orphan. Her only chance of a good life. But the more I led her...
You're well off, though.
I couldn't. Even if she had been my...
But how come?
The church's property.
How did she rebel?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away.
Disgrace!
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then?
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the town. Yarka always went there, I'm sure.
Why do you think it was William?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser.
And does anyone else come to mind?
No.
Why don't you respect...
That's my... I won't tell you...
Come now, Father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. Isn't it written in scripture? Speak...
A layman quotes the Bible. Lumiere.
What?
Yes.
And... how...
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
I've heard enough, Father. I'll be going.
Son, I'll give you...
I brought you the axe.
Not so loud! Did anyone see you?
What are you afraid of? How could anyone tell that that missing horseshoe is in the axe?
Are you trying to make a fool of me? Till we meet again.
Lord be with you.
True work of art.
Give me some.
Hail!
Greetings.
Are you Sternad?
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary bloke.
Well then piss off. All you're gonna get here. Cock puller! You're mine! I yield!
Well, had enough.
Fuck yeah, damn it. What the hell do you want from me?
Talk. Where?
The last time I saw her, so long everyone was fucking jealous.
And where did she go with her loot?
Well, she had some kind of arrangement with this fella called Pint from the mill. The one called Rabstein. She always...
Do you remember what she managed to steal?
Mainly jewels, gold and silver. She had some fucking huge golden signet ring. A bloke could fuck for a whole month with something like that.
Do you know whose crest?
I don't know, I'm no expert.
Do you know who she took it off?
She always said she That's because if wrong ears hear it, you can end up in the shit.
Did she hang out with any?
She liked to hang around with that crooner that plays for the mine, made him sing songs. Oh, and once she got in a quarrel with that fucking priest Prokop.
And what about this priest?
I don't know. He was blabbering some shit about
Could she have run away with that?
I doubt it. He was a bit of a mill. He tried to be all mysterious and played a tough fella, but you could see he was lying.
Why do you think so?
Because he was getting on my nerves, so I cornered him in a dark alley.
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Someone help me!
I apologize.
Are you deaf? Greetings, my friend.
Did it stun you?
Stun ya? It depends.
Name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. The main thing is what kind of guest are you?
I'm a good
Really? Let's see.
by the fact he's...
Aye. I like talking to... So, what'll it be?
What if I simply... I want to know if Stanya...
She did. And she don't...
I heard disappeared without a trace.
It's possible. The chamber, the door, open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone.
Tell me something...
First, you'll have another beer.
What?
If you want to ask, I prefer to be called so.
I don't want to pay... I think you could answer my questions directly. That makes it look like you might have some motive for keeping me from finding out anything about that murder.
Nonsense. How could you ask me anything you want?
Did anybody see what actually...
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't...
How did Stanya...
The door was wide open.
Blood? Was there a lot?
Not so much, really. More like if someone done her in, they definitely...
What was Stanya like?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were.
Someone from the...
No. A charcoal burner. I think his name was...
What do you know about that?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the Miners' Tavern in the evenings.
You think he might have been...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town for a while. I know he met with some odd people and talked. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flocked.
Or in this case... Apart from those men, I mean...
Well, I got bad news for you. She had two.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before Stanya disappeared, and the other one got married.
Where can I find this?
I already told you.
Could you be a bit more...
I don't know that bloke at all, so if I was you, I'd look...
That's all I need to know.
Die! Quick! Go!
Whoa!
Go!
God!
Go!
Praise God.
I need to ask you something.
I don't have time for that. I'll... Is there something you need? Shouldn't be here. You see? Didn't even hurt.
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman be doing here?
But you know Stanya.
Aye. You could...
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town.
That's true. She told me something.
So you don't know what became of her?
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know...
Lumir himself, the Kuttenberg bailiff's former scribe, gave me the task.
Well, I remember Lumir.
But what?
You seem like the... Sorry, but after all that happened to Stanya...
So Stanya...
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to even go outside.
Can I speak to...
If it'll help you. But be nice to her. God be with you, sir.
Who are you? If you came here to finish, I'm not afraid of you.
Don't be afraid.
Barton sent you to me.
Lumir thought you were dead.
Lumir? From the rat house?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl, and so maybe you could help us find...
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg's...
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without...
Someone attacked me when I was coming. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid.
Did you see who it...
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped, and he was terribly strong.
And how did you manage to...
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me...
Here? To the charcoal burn?
No. First to my room, and I was so scared there. I took what I...
And your lover?
At first, he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher. He's been hiding me here since then.
You walked home from...
What's so odd about...
Well...
Ah, right. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale.
Ah. So that...
Right. I went...
The same way every time?
Aye, always the same way. The shortest...
And who knew that you went by your...
Well, everyone from the...
What was it like working?
Well, I earned a...
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or poor, everyone... People... Well,
Us girls have to watch out, especially in a place, but you can't overdo it either.
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, you have to keep a balance.
You said that rich or poor, they...
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man.
Is that so?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. But then this thieving wench started hanging around him, but that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Grolla had a servant?
Aye, a pudgy fella. Well, he never said a word or smiled.
Why didn't you go back to...
Just to get murdered there. I never go...
How are you now?
I'm still awful, and I can't even...
Do you remember anything important about the attack?
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha, and what...
He said Scheisse.
Seems you're the only one to survive. I know it isn't easy for you to think about. Or when you were running away.
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything.
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty, but when I looked, there was nobody there.
Did you understand what they were...
Not at all. But there were two voices.
It's difficult, I understand. Aside from those voices and the empty street.
I didn't hear him at all.
And nothing else?
Well, no. Just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip.
I heard William liked pretending to be...
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. Though I reckon he's more likely to attract...
Couldn't it have been Father...
Father Prokop?
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him. And if he's an old man, how...
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper, then?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him...
I reckon...
I'm sorry I'm not able to help...
Oh, you don't need to apologise.
Thank you.
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let...
I'll stop by if I can.
God be with you.
Go! Quick! Quick! God! Go! Whoa!
They're gonna cut down the old oak tree at the crossroads. Why? Not a tree like that. It's a nice place to rest when you're passing by in the summer. The only bit of shade far and wide. Well, that's just it. Some noble was resting under it, not for shade.
What brings you here so late, my friend?
Are you Pine?
I am.
I'm looking for his den.
I don't know any Denner.
Sternad said something different.
You're a friend of Sternard's, are you?
Actually, I don't really know him that well. But he's...
Well, if he told you that, I reckon it's all right.
I wouldn't entirely count on that. So you Stenner?
I know Stenner all right, but she ain't... Why are you looking for her? What do you want from her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or...
Whatever.
What can you tell me about...
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her home.
And what about Sternad?
Sternard was her guardian angel. If she hadn't been thieving with him, probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing with him...
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she stuck with...
That's because... That's why she'd come to me with her loot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'd be able to go wherever she wanted. To Prague or Vienna.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables. Is that true?
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Most jewelry, rings, one signet ring with a...
She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her.
And what about that signet ring?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said it'd bring her luck someday.
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you recognize the signet on the ring?
No. I didn't recognize that signet. But all the while, Dana was giggling to herself.
Where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg.
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back. Never passed.
And did you see him?
No. But Stenner thought he would. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to go around with her.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way. Through the wood. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could...
Fuck! I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any riders that day.
And could it have been Father...
What do I know? If he has a horse, fancy...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't know.
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard.
I don't know about that. I don't...
Well, I'll go and check out that ford.
I hope you don't.
See you soon, my friend.